without any sound deadener on. Compared to a panel, this panel here that's got everything on, the difference is incredible.
It was a hot day and we did a temperature test. In this video, we will show you how to sound deaden your van.
And stage 1 insulate.
Using this and this.
I'm Matt and this is Sky. Together with Ginny and Little Man, we are going to build the ultimate adventure van and travel the world. If you're new to the channel, why not subscribe and join us on this epic new adventure? This is A Buck Life.
Welcome back to another episode of the van build. Today we are sound deadening our van. As always, we will go through what we're using and how much we have spent. For this episode, you will need some sound deadening of your choice. We have gone with dodomat Hex, supplied by James at Custom VW. Top bloke, loads of information, loads of knowledge. Speak to him if you want any advice about all of this stuff. But we have gone with the Hex, the dodomat Hex, because this is the lightweight sound deadener from Dodo. They do another one, but if weight is a constraint of your build, then you probably want to be looking at the Hex material. You will also need some of these. Just got these off Amazon. They were something like £6, so hopefully they will be the ticket for today. I'll put the link in the description for this stuff as well, so you can find it nice and easy. You also will need today a Stanley knife to cut your sound deadener up. Anything else?
Probably something to cut on.
Probably something to cut on.
Not your van floor.
Not your van floor. To apply these little sheets of weight to your van to stop the vibration noise. Oh, good point. Let's do a quick test so we compare it to later how these panels sound without any sound deadener on.
Oh.
If Sky was here now, she'd be barking at that. Roof. Oh,
rattly.
That is fruity. So by putting this sound deadener on, it's supposed to reduce the amount of vibration and noise when you're driving around in your van. It's recommended from Dodo that you cover a minimum of 30 to 50% of each panel. You could go fully in and cover the lot, but what you have to think about is this is 25 kilograms per box of 50 sheets, which is quite heavy. So if you cover every panel, you just add in loads of weight to it. For us, we need to be really careful with weight because this is a 4x4 van, so it's already heavier, plus all the 4x4 shit that we're adding to it, that all adds weight. So we're really going
it
for...
It doesn't add any weight.
Okay. Plus...
Only adds 40 kilos, I think.
Yeah, but roof rack, other stuff,
yeah.
like roof rack, like bikes, when you've got your bikes in the back, all this... You want 200 litres of water, that's going to be heavy AF.
That's not 4x4 shit, is it?
Okay.
Yeah. It's just off-grid stuff.
Shit.
Yeah.
You want loads of Ginny wants loads of off-grid stuff, so she wants 2 100 litre wheel arch tanks, weight. So we need to be really mindful of the weight of the van, and one of the things we're going to do is not go too hard. We are going to apply one of these to each panel, plus the wheel arches, plus we're going to be putting some in between the ridges of the floor. The Dodo Hex is super easy to apply. All you need to do is slip off this rear...
Slip off, peel off.
Peel off this rear cover, and slap it on. I wanted to just throw it.
You want the rollers though, right?
Yeah, I'm going to get the roller in a second. I'm working top to bottom so I don't get any air bubbles. Take your roller and just give it a really good roll over. Done. Should we see if it sounds any better straight away?
Yeah.
I don't think it sounds any different.
No, just deeper.
That was just a waste of money, wasn't it? Slip it off and slap it on.
Hiya. I've got my coffee. I am cracking on with the walls. So I am sound deadening. I have already done these top panels. I've done these wall panels, but I'm leaving those free of sound deadener because we're going to be cutting windows, leaving space for where the max air fan is going to go. And then once I've done that, maybe get on with some thermolining, hopefully today. Also want to say it's a pleasure doing work on the van on this lovely day. Look at the sky. It's just blue. It's the width just chopping down a bit, the back like this, and we're going to roll it. Okay, so now I'm on with wheel arches. Ahoy there, my mateys.
Ahoy! Another little job to do before you put your insulation on is check that these are securely fastened, and some of ours have come off, I think because there was a little bit of a dent here previously. So all I'm going to do is put some Sikaflex 522 behind there. Job done. So now that we have put all of our sound deadening on the walls, the next job is to use our first layer of insulation.
So we're using dodomat thermoliner. We're using the 15mm. It's got a sticky back like the dodo hat on the back, so you peel this off and then you stick it down on all your panels before you put the fleece on.
Ginny has been beavering away at this. I can see you've done this wall here, which looks pretty badass. It's fiddly, it looks fiddly. You've done a really neat job. Look how you've got it all right up behind all the little bits.
Yeah.
All the way along there, all the way along there, and you've started doing this roof here. It already feels cozy. I feel like I'm in a spaceship.
We're in a space van.
Ta-da! The last thing that we're going to insulate with the 15mm dodomat thermoliner is
my feet.
Ginny's feet. Is the wheel arches. So we're going to wrap these. Space arch. Oh, I'm right happy with that. What have you got to tell us today, Virginia, about your insulating of the van?
I just love foil taping. So I've taken it upon myself to foil tape everywhere. I'm having a break from insulating, and some of the areas were hard to access, so I put it in smaller pieces. So I thought I'll foil tape the seams.
Yeah, you can't even see that it's been taped, can you? Looks smart.
And yesterday, it was a hot day, and we did a temperature test, didn't we?
Yep.
And this was hot. And this was not so hot.
So our next stage will be cutting windows. Before we can finish insulating, we need to cut a whole host of holes in the van, and we also need to build the framework for the bathroom walls.
So we know where the window's being cut.
Once we've done all that, we will be able to finish applying the rest of the dodomat, and on top of this we're going to be using 50mm recycled bottle insulation to add a second layer of insulation to our van, making sure it is both toasty in winter and keeps the heat out in the summer. The last thing I just wanted to do was a little review of those Dodo products. I just wanted to give you my thoughts on how well those products have worked so far in the van and what we can tell. So, looking at the van, we have put in the sound deadener, and because I'm still using the van to drive around to work and stuff, I did find that the sound deadener didn't actually make that much difference to the panels. Like if you come here, you'll be able to tell it doesn't appear to make that much difference, and I'm sure it does make a difference, otherwise people wouldn't use it. But on the way to work, I actually couldn't tell that much that it had it in. However, with the sound deadener and the Thermoliner Pro combined, that has made a huge difference to the sound. On the way to work now, the van is so much quieter just for covering up the wheel arches, putting it all over, you know, 80–90% of the van is now fully insulated, well, is insulated to this stage. We've still got the fleece to apply. I can show you that by knocking on a panel with nothing, which is this, compared to a panel, this panel here that's got everything on. The difference is incredible, and I have to say, very pleased with the level of noise whilst driving at the moment. So that's it. That's kind of my review of it so far. We haven't got the fleece in yet. The combination of sound deadener and Thermoliner Pro is very good at reducing road noise, and the only thermal test that we've been able to do so far is by feeling the heat on the roof, which does make a difference again on a sunny day. Right, let's head over to the money pit door, tighten up how much we've spent so far, and the cost of all our insulation and sound deadener came to $695. Do I think that is worth it? Well, I would have to say on this occasion, and we haven't tested it yet in cold climates, but from what we can tell, the sound deadener does make a difference. But what really made a difference to the noise in the van was actually the 50mm Thermoliner Pro. And the other thing I would say is now that is on, you can really tell that it acts like a thermal break between the outside of the van and the inside. That brings us nicely to the end on how to sound deaden and stage 1 insulate your van, our van.
Yeah, and there's no fucking way I'm insulating your van.
Ginny is like for hire. if you would like a
I'm not
grumpy,
for hire for anything.
If you would like a rather grumpy work mule, then
otherwise known as the ox,
please email. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you've found it helpful or useful to see how we are going about insulating our van, because there's about 1 million different ways to do it. If you want to see the next part of insulating our van, click here, although it won't be here until I actually film it. Thanks again, see you in the next one, bye.